What's up guys, it's Titanium and welcome to Remnant 2. Major spoiler alert because this is going to be a guide on how to kill the end boss. I'm going to go ahead and give you a build, but if you just want to see the boss guide, go ahead and skip to the timestamp on screen. For classes, it shouldn't matter too much what you pick. I decided to play Hunter because that's actually what I started as, but what I will say is if you're seriously struggling, it's probably your best bet. It has 3 very solid skills for damage, and you can extend the duration of them either by doing ranged weak spot damage or consuming a relic. It has a perk for extra damage, extra ammo, and extra reload speed, and this synergizes well with the sniper rifle that I decided to use. Hunter's Shroud is the best ability here. You can use Hunter's Mark as a substitute, but I would recommend staying away from Hunter's Focus. Regardless of which skill you choose though, you're going to do a combo that I mentioned later, and then enter phase 2, and then pop your Hunter skill on top of Hot Shot on your primary. For secondary archetype, I decided to use Summoner because it has a very solid trait with the passive heal regeneration, and being able to sacrifice a minion will give us extra damage and lifesteal as a setup for going into phase 2. The relic and the necklace are a bit of a combo. We can use this to give ourselves a heal over time, and then our necklace, when we consume a relic, it will give us a bigger damage bonus. Like I said, I decided to use a sniper rifle. Hot Shot is absolutely necessary in my opinion. You can use a different weapon and a different modifier if you'd like to, but this is what I would recommend. Secondary, I decided to use a revolver. The mod and the mutator do not matter. For rings, I just took generic damage traits for 2 of them and survivability for the last 2. And this is actually a cheat death which you can buy from a vendor in the ward. For traits, max health, damage reduction, consumable use speed, skill cooldown, and if you decide to use Summoner or Handler as your secondary archetype, you can also use Blood Bond to take a little bit extra damage reduction. Alright, let me start off by saying that this is a 3-phase encounter. So you have 2 real phases and a 3rd survival phase that's quite easy. Half of this guy's attacks are simple see and then dodge attacks, and you can tell by the sound of his swinging his sword. Some of them require audio cues or visuals though, but right out the gate we're going to summon a minion and immediately dismiss it so that we get a damage buff. And we're going to use our secondary to save primary ammo for the 2nd phase. And this is a see and then dodge attack. Pretty simple. Look at the sword for this one. As soon as it flashes red, that's when you dodge, and every time you have to immediately turn around and get ready to dodge his wave. These are simple slam attacks, but every time he does the 2nd one, he will either spawn Seeker Orbs or do a root attack. You can tell how if he pushes the sword into the ground, it'll be a root. If he pulls it towards him, that will be the Seeker Orbs. And again, look at the sword, get ready to turn around, dodge the wave. And I believe this is another slam attack coming up, and this time it's going to be the root. So that's it right there. You just have to get ready. And another see and then dodge attack. There we go. And it should be swipe next. Dodge immediately the first time, then there's a delay. So that's the pattern there. When he does sweep attacks, he's got one normal one first, and then there's a delay after the 2nd one. Then we're going to dismiss our minion again and use the relic for the damage buff, and then go ahead and phase him. Preemptively move to the side out of the roots and listen for audio cues. That was a cue, and I'll point out the next one for the timing. Cue, dodge, just like that. And we need to watch out for slams just like that and the horizontal swipes, because in this phase we will constantly be taken from one realm to the other. And depending on which attack takes us there, you have to get ready to dodge a different attack in the 1st phase. So this one will be a wave attack. Slam in the 2nd phase means wave attack in the 1st phase when you transition. This phase is largely the same, but the horizontal sweep only is a 1-part combo, and the 2nd one takes you back in, and sometimes there will be a horizontal sweep. Now, if a horizontal sweep takes us from this phase into the other one, there's a horizontal attack we need to dodge, just like that. And in this phase, the uppercut sword attack is also only a one-part combo. The wave will instead take you back into the second phase. And this is the biggest thing to know here. This wave attack will never have an audio cue. Just there, you just have to be able to dodge it because it will never have an audio cue. Again, another distinct audio cue, ping, and then you dodge. I'll let you hear it. Just like that. Damage all of the orbs so you don't get killed as you now have free time to hit the boss, and it's pretty much just rinse and repeat. You can just go back and forth between each realm as many times as you need to. Now, I'm not actually going to finish the third phase and the encounter overall because I'm actually saving this save for a friend because he had a network error during our kill of the last boss, but I will show you what happens when the boss takes the last tick of damage. Again, there is a third encounter, but it's just a survival wave of a bunch of those like monkey creatures from the beginning of the Root Earth zone, and you just have to kill a bunch of them and eventually you win.